Sounds like every single week there's a new development in the world of AI. Well, today we're going to talk about Manus AI, which is an AI general agent released by a company known as Monica from China. We'll take a look at some of the use cases it can be employed. And this is actually one of the world's first fully autonomous AI agent, which can complete multi-step tasks, which means that you can have your own personal assistant, such as comparing stocks, finding real estate, and so on and so forth. So let's take a look at Manus AI, which was just released about 2 weeks ago. Let's just jump right in and take a look at the presentation of Manus AI agent.
Hi, I'm Pete from Manus AI. For the past year, we've been quietly building what we believe is the next evolution in AI. And today, we're launching an early preview of Manus, the first general AI agent. This isn't just another chatbot or workflow. It's a truly autonomous agent that bridges the gap between conception and execution. While other AI stops at generating ideas, Manus delivers results. We see it as the next paradigm of human-machine collaboration, and potentially a glimpse into AGI. Now let me show you Manus in action across 3 completely different tasks. Let's start with an easy one. In this example, we'll ask Manus to help screen resumes. I've just sent Manus a zip file containing 10 resume documents. Since each Manus session has its own computer, it worked like a human. First unzipping the file, then browsing through each resume page by page, and recording important information to documents.
Wow.
Manus works asynchronously in the cloud, which means you can close your laptop anytime, and Manus will notify you when everything is complete. Of course, you can also give Manus new instructions at any time. Here I've sent Manus 5 more resumes. After carefully reading all 15 resumes, Manus provides some ranking suggestions, along with candidate profiles and evaluation criteria as supporting materials. This is pretty good, but I prefer a spreadsheet. Let's have Manus create one. Manus has its own knowledge and memory, so it can teach Manus that the next time it handles a similar task, it will deliver a spreadsheet right away. In this example, we'll have Manus conduct some research. It needs to filter New York properties based on multiple criteria. For complex tasks, Manus first breaks them down and creates a to-do list. Manus begins by searching and carefully reading articles about the safest neighborhoods. Then Manus researches middle schools in New York.
And you can actually see that it's actually going through the different articles and it's outputting the results on the left-hand side. So it has very large context window that is able to ingest all this data and sift through and parse the information. Very impressive indeed.
Next, Manus writes a Python program to calculate my budget. Based on my budget, Manus filters listings on real estate websites. Finally, combining all the information gathered, Manus writes a detailed report and compiles all the resources. In this example, we have Manus perform a correlation analysis between stocks. For professional data, Manus can access authoritative data sources through APIs.
So you can see right here, it's actually going through the different stock data. It's searching the stock data from Yahoo Finance API, so it has API access, and also has a ton of capabilities such as writing Python code and drawing correlations, which is pretty impressive.
After validating the acquired data, Manus begins writing code for data analysis and visualization. For Manus, coding isn't necessarily the goal, but rather a universal tool for solving problems. It looks like Manus has completed the data analysis and visualization. But interactive data visualization is even cooler, so I asked Manus to create a website based on these data.
Wow, that's amazing.
Manus deploys the finished website online and provides me with a shareable link. Let's see what Manus has created. What you've just seen is just a small sample of what Manus can do. In fact, on benchmarks designed to evaluate general AI assistants, an early checkpoint of Manus has already achieved state-of-the-art performance, and it's only getting better. Beyond benchmarks, Manus has been solving real-world problems on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, and has proven its capabilities on Kaggle competitions. This wouldn't be possible without the amazing open-source community, which is why we're committed to giving back. Manus operates as a multi-agent system powered by several distinct models. So later this year, we're going to open source some of these models, specifically post-trained for Manus, inviting everyone to explore this agentic future together. The name Manus comes from the famous motto, mens ad manus, mind and hand. It embodies the belief that knowledge must be applied to make a meaningful impact on the world. And this is precisely the promise of Manus AI. To extend your capabilities, amplify your impact, and be the hand that brings your mind's vision into reality. We can't wait to see what you will achieve with Manus.
So just a quick recap, we can see that Manus AI is the world's first fully autonomous multi-agent system. What's interesting is there are some use cases. You have a use case gallery where you can actually filter based on different industries or categories such as research, life, data analysis, education, productivity. One of the most interesting analyses I ran through was this one to deeply analyze Tesla stock. And you can see here, this is actually a pre-recorded session, but it actually shows you real time some of the capabilities which are employed by Manus AI. Let's take a look. You can see it has its own computer system, editing files, it has Python, and access all the APIs. It's actually building the visualizations. And it's pretty fast, as you can see. I mean, these are pretty impressive performance numbers. Now you can also option to skip results, but I want to show you how this works from start to finish. You can see right now it's actually building a website and it's deploying the website to Ubuntu. It's started the coding on Ubuntu OS. And looks like it's done. It says what you see here is I'll deploy the Tesla stock analysis dashboard to a public URL, which will be more permanent than the temporary exposed port. So it's going to go ahead and deploy the service located at home Ubuntu Tesla analysis dashboard to the public network. So it's going to ask you to confirm if you agree by clicking the button. I think it just does that automatically. And then you can see here it says, great news, I've deployed your Tesla stock analysis dashboard to a permanent public URL. So we'll go ahead and click on that and see what this looks like. Wow, this is pretty groundbreaking. Now, I don't know what this means for data analysts data analysts and the future of, business analysis and things like that, because even data science, because now you have these multi-agent systems which are fully autonomous. They perform complex tasks and they can operate basically 24/7 at a fraction of the cost. So I think this while it might create opportunities for data and data science and things like that, I think the downside is it may eliminate some low-level jobs which are needed for basic data analysis. This is pretty impressive. In about 5 minutes, we've gone from a simple prompt, a simple question to analyze Tesla stock to a fully functioning dashboard in under 5 minutes. This is truly phenomenal work. You can see here we have the executive summary, and it did this on the fly. You remember there was no back and forth interaction between myself and the actual agent. I just gave it a question and it thought through the entire process. Provided an investment recommendation. It says it's speculative, selective trade. It has a price target for Tesla stock of 284. Now, what's interesting is if you look at Tesla stock today, it's at 287, which is pretty crazy accurate, almost too accurate. Going back here, you can see that it provides a financial performance, valuation analysis, technical analysis as well, market positions. It did a whole SWOT analysis. I did not even provide this information, but the agent went through and thought through all the entire plan, all the questions I may have. It provides also the price targets, and the bullish case 25% scenario for Tesla stock is $500. So you could make from today about 25%, actually 50% rise in the stock. And it also provides a conclusion. I'm going to try and move this page up a little bit. And you can see here it provides an investment conclusion and provides you with key factors to monitor: vehicle delivery growth rates and productivity, production capacity expansion, gross and operating margin trends, progress on full self-driving technology and regulatory developments, new model introductions and production ramps, and competitive dynamics in key markets, particularly China and Europe. So these are fairly accurate things to look for when you're trying to invest in Tesla stock. I can tell you Tesla is facing some major headwinds from companies such as BYD, and as of today, BYD has surpassed Tesla in terms of vehicle deliveries. They had revenues of $100 billion, which is, they just topped Tesla. If you look here, there's an article. Chinese electric car maker BYD sales beat Tesla. As I told you here, it came at $107 billion. So their revenue grew by 29%. So obviously the stock analysis is fairly accurate coming from Manus AI. And that's really a quick look at Manus AI, the first fully autonomous multi-agent system by a company known as Monica out of China. Give me some thoughts. Let me know what you think about this new development in terms of AI. And we'll be looking at more use cases in the near future once we get access, which is something which is not yet public. You have to join a waiting list and you're invited, and hopefully we'll get some access. If I do get access to Manus AI, I'm going to show you some of the other use cases I'm thinking about. All right, quick look at Manus AI, the first multi-agent system from a company out of China known as Monica. Till next time, stay positive, everyone. Peace.